It's Friday, June 26th, 2026. I was just watching an old Indian guy, he's sitting out in somewhere, and, typical Indian thing. 84 years old, and he's pretty wise. He tells you how to get through being 65 to 75. And whoa, but he's right about things. Your phone book shrinks and all that kind of stuff. It's alone, He says when you make it through that, you make it through the narrows of the this wild, angry stream, and then you get to the other side, and it's like a peaceful valley, right? And he talks about, people that are working and then they quit their job and they don't know what to do with themselves. I was lucky. Okay? I slaved so much that 56 I got a chance to be free. I thought, until I started working on everybody's cars and fixing stuff. But I recommend highly that you remain who you know you are. So, see, you're looking back. You know yourself as a kid. You know yourself as a Vietnam War. I stay there, because I developed a music feel and a meditation on those sandbags. And I'm able to bring that further and progress in that. And that's kind of what I do. And I love it. And my hearing gone. I'm talking to you without hearing aids. It's just in the morning, Well, I have to keep a sense of humor. We had to make lemonade, man. So you have to learn something from your previous journey. You know, I don't know if it's wisdom or I'm just frozen. I'm riding the motorcycle. I make a video. I send it to my son. He says, put your helmet on. You don't want to become a vegetable. Well, that same kid said to me, I don't want to have to come and wipe your butt. And that was probably 17 years ago. And I told him, you probably get wiped out on your bike and you be paraplegic. But it's funny. What really makes me laugh is that as I'm laughing, I'm thinking about mom, dad, uncles, and as they get older and things they said, right? And I'm cracking up, and it actually is a fountain of youth. I mean, I have been through hell. I mean, before 65 and 75, like that old Indian gray, I think it was Gray Wolf, uh, and I finally made it out the other side about 60 years old. And um, the past few years have been rough because it's like nobody to hang with. You know what I mean? So I jump on the bike, and my remedy for that is meeting strangers and talking to people, young and old, everybody. And some of them, can see past the decrepation. Know what I mean? They can see through that. But I'm not in bad shape. But I know it's coming. I know that is. So, I try to live every day as I always have. And that is, I like the earth. I love creatures. I found some old turtle shells, and I was thrilled because there's not many left in this area. You don't see a lot. So I drive to another state and saw a beaver, and blue heron are everywhere. They're right here in the city. But, there's a lot of creatures I'm not seeing. And that's like not seeing friends you haven't seen for a long time that you really loved. And that's just me. You know, that's just me. I'll ride by a deer on my bike. He'd be sitting there, and I'll be going, "What's my baby doing?" So, I just to see that stuff is just beautiful. It always has been. I don't say stay back there, but back there is here. It's in the hard drive. I mean, how many terabytes do you think we all have? Me, I've been gifted with 50,000 terabytes of memory. It's like a haunted house, man. It's incredible, So I'm very grateful to be where I am now, and I believe that the Lord Jesus Christ has given me a chance to do this stuff, even though I see flaws and I see all that, and I can be down on myself about that, but there's nothing like shooting for perfection. I mean, that's what we do. It's why we're here. That's it. We're here to grow, and I'm just a little slow. And as far as like visiting my grandchildren and stuff, I do not like driving up to the White Mountains. I don't like it. Because we're getting older, that sunshine beats the hell out of you. So when I say I ride my motorcycle at certain times, it's because I know there's work traffic and stuff, lady eating a cookie, she didn't mean to kill you. And then you have kids pulling U-turns with supersonic cars, you know what I mean? So I made up a song as I drive, and it's like, she got a high-tech supersonic four-wheel drive. Got earbuds in her ears, no pupils in her eyes. I tried to flag her down, but she rides on by. She really doesn't see me till my head rolls by. In her high-tech supersonic four-wheel drive. So I keep myself going like that, you know what I mean? There's not much you can do. I really like people, but it's like all my friends are all broke down. And I'm fixing their stuff. So I'm just giving my back a break, my shoulders, everything I'm doing. I don't know how these keep working. I mean, at 25 years old, my hands were lobsters, and a preacher grabbed my hand and called his wife and said, "Honey, a working man." I don't know how I'm moving. I have no clue. But as long as I can play guitar and hear a little bit, I can make studio music and do all kinds of stuff. And not as fast, but I never wanted to play super fast. There's certain tempos I know from my youth that they're soothing and thought-provoking for all ages. All ages, unless one of my friends is, he can't think. And I'm always yelling at him. I'm like in the old folks home, man. But, I don't comb the hair, but I think you get used to what you look like. So everybody's dyeing their hair all different colors, and I've been trying to figure out what we can do with this so I look like one of them TV guys. So, my advice on aging, okay? On the geese, decrepitism. Is to be who you are or who you originally started out to be. And that is like Tom Sawyer. I just love the woods. I'm a city boy who came to the country, and it just wham. So not only do I keep my Nam experience, 1,000 photographs. I mean, I documented everything I did, and I still do. So my grandchildren, I don't get to see them, which is kind of sad because I know they get a kick out of me. I know they do. And only one of them doesn't really care for me, doesn't think I know anything. But, he'll get his. And I know he will. They'll all get it. Like my parents used to say, yeah, you'll get yours. You'll have your turn. So you have to keep some kind of a sense of humor. And I've been so depressed that my blues are real. So I don't play standard bowl that you buy from the store. I play really deep-rooted stuff. But I know that I made it through them times, and I can still bring them back playing the guitar. And not a lot of people know that, probably unless you tell them. Say, well, I'm bringing you somewhere. It's going to be a little freaky, And then we're going to bring you up to date. So here I am riding on my motorcycle and sending the video to my son. I'm flying about 60 on the back roads, but there's not a bump, there's not a car. It's a beautiful place. But all you see on the cell phone is me and a little bit of wind in the trees behind me. You don't see the scenery. And he's like, put on your helmet. You know what I mean? You're going to be a paraplegic. As I said before. Now, I haven't had breakfast yet, and I worked my butt off repairing a car door, putting lights in my Jeep, and we redid my whole Jeep about a couple of weeks ago, and took out the dashboard and took out that big box in the 99 Jeep Cherokee and rebuilt the box because the fan fell, put new heater cores in, all that stuff. So my Jeep is like up to par. My guitars are shined, many, many, many of them, and playable, really playable, and I'm pretty good at it, and I know I am. And, when I see dust on somebody's guitar, I'm like, that's the kind of thing you did when you was drinking, drugging down and out, and you had a cigarette stuck up in the top by the springs, and I played out, and there was beer all over my effects pedal, it's, but you got to keep a sense of humor, and we learned that mainly in Vietnam, and we learned it from our mom before that, because Dad was pretty violent, and Mom came out of a vaudeville family, song and dance men. So they were comedians and song and dance men who made up stuff in front of people. And I do that. I'm the only one in the family that has the ability to do that. And I'm grateful for that genetic connection, see? So I'm very concerned with genetics at times. I mean, it was a little too late. I wouldn't have married that girl, and my kids really came out of Sally. Sally McLeod, man. She had a job and a car and a money in the bank at 17, man. I blew it. So I love you all. I love my grandchildren. I don't like behaviors. So if I say I love you, it means I didn't decide to retaliate.